Hello there everybody, this is Alex from Hardcorian Guides, bringing my guide for Resident Evil 4 on professional difficulty. Today we're doing Chapter 1-2, and this will be pretty much one of the first, actually I think this might be our first chapter where the merchant finally does spawn. So, yep, here we go. Alright, first room we have here, nothing really too super cool and interesting. You got a typewriter here, of course, if you wanted to use it. Technically, since you beat the chapter last time, you don't really technically need it, but I think you I use it anyway, because I think you do need it. That way, when you pick this crap up, you can at least, when you go buy stuff from the merchant, you can go back, save the game, and not have to go keep doing that over and over again, so it's kind of good that they typically put a typewriter at the beginning of every chapter or so. Not every chapter, but some of them they do. It's always nice to have. So, here I am, just going to go ahead and sell off some stuff. I'm going to sell off some spinals, sell off some of these. Don't worry about the cat's eye. The cat's eye goes inside of the Berenstain, whatever the heck it's called, which I surprisingly had a revelation about at this point in time. Honestly, if I could have gone back and just redid all this, honestly, I probably would have. But I'm fine with the way the videos turned out. I think they turned out pretty well, so I think it's good enough. What do I upgrade here? Okay. As you see, I didn't even bother upgrading at all. Now, I think in the last video, I mentioned that I didn't buy any specific weapons besides the rifle when it comes to like basic weapons. And I think I forgot to mention I bought the shotgun or something like that. I don't know. I don't remember exactly how I worded it, but I think I phrased it wrong. And what I should be saying is I'm not going to buy any weapons in between some specific weapons. For instance, if I had to, I'll explain it again. I'm not gonna upgrade the main handgun. As soon as the Red 9 is available in store, I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna upgrade just the Red 9 for pistols. Whenever I get the Killer 7, I'm gonna go find the Broken Butterfly for free. I'm gonna buy the Killer 7. I'm gonna get rid of the Broken Butterfly and get the Killer 7. Upgrade that. So then goes the rifle. Semi-auto rifle comes out. Get that. Upgrade it. Not gonna worry about upgrading the basic weapons here. So the base weapons, I should be saying. All right. So this area used to give me so much trouble, but now I've figured out a way to kind of get around this. This is more of like an old trick that I found out a long time ago. Most likely people probably have done this a million times. I don't know any other strategies really with this part. So this is the one that I do. I'm not saying that I came up with this. Obviously not, because I'd be stupid. But this is something I found out playing this game years ago or not years ago, a while ago, when I first did professional mode for my first ever playthrough. And when I was doing this, I was like, wow, this is pretty easy. Because essentially what you're doing is whenever the grenade enemies come out, when they go to throw the grenade, they accidentally throw it on the stairs, and of course the laws of physics kick in and knock that grenade right back down to them, and they blow up with it. Now, one thing you could do, like I'm doing here, which is somewhat a little bit dangerous, not too dangerous, is standing in front of the stairs, like right in front of it. That way you can kind of see what enemies you're going to be having to deal with. And if there's a grenade guy down there, you could shoot him or shoot the grenade and have that thing blow up. So this whole section here will probably, estimated time-wise, take you about maybe I'd say 10 minutes. Maybe a little bit less. I'd say probably like a maximum like 10 minutes to beat this part. Only because there's still enemies that have spawned, but they're not going to chase me down. There's actually a house, or sort of like a hut to the left of me here, and there's a few guys that do spawn in there, but they don't come running at you until you go inside there and make them spawn. So honestly, just stand on top of these stairs, or just stand next to the first door, wait for them to come to you, shoot them and kick them. You can kick them off. And if you kick them off, that's basically an insta-kill. You don't get any loot for kicking them off, but I think we'll get just enough stuff to kind of just supply us for a while, to be honest with you. I mean, it'd be nice to have it, don't get me wrong, but It's not necessary, really, most of the time. I mean, most likely, there's probably people that can go through this game without having to worry about upgrading weapons or selling stuff at all, probably. I wouldn't be surprised. Somebody's probably done it. No, I'm definitely sure someone's probably done it. Someone's definitely had to do a no upgrade run, along with no damage at the same time, probably. Some crazy, wacky shit like that. Which is not something I do. I would like to do a no damage run of a game one day, but it's not something that I particularly am too interested in. And when it comes to like no damage runs, like what's the you know, how can you get around it? Like, for instance, like if it's a chapter based game kind of like this, if I take a hit in that chapter, do I have to restart the chapter? Because I know that Seraphim 17 did that for God Hand, but will I get shit for it? Well, more than likely, it's me we're talking about. Of course I'll get shit for it, because everybody hates my videos. Not everybody, but a lot of people do, folks. A lot of people just see my channel and they're like, this fucking sucks. This is garbage content. I get those quite a bit, but hey, it happens. So, for the first guy on the left on that balcony over there, I took out with just a pistol because he was close by enough. And if they get too far away, I just use a rifle for him. So, buying the rifle, I recommend buying the rifle now and trying to save up as much ammo for it as you possibly can. And the reason being is because we're going to have a fight with one of those gondolas later, and I just don't want to have to use a pistol because they'd be too far to shoot for the most part, or at least for me it is. If you're a pretty good shot with it, then by all means use a pistol. Use whatever gun you prefer, honestly. I'm not going to make you pick a certain weapon. I'm just saying, like, when it comes to it, I recommend getting the rifle as early on in the game as you possibly can. That way you have it for later when you do need those nice sniper shots to come in handy. And the base rifle itself is not bad. Same with the shotgun and the pistol, both. All of them. They're all really good on base. It's just, you know, I suggest just having them with you for specific fights that we're going to have later that I think work better with, you know, shotgun or rifle. That's all I'm getting at. So when it comes to this area right here, this room right here, I like to just kind of take out one guy at a time. That way they don't have to gang up on me too bad. Just kind of just knock them on their ass, you know, give them a nice little shot in the head with a handgun, kick them, and then knife them on the ground. That way I'm only dealing with, again, one at a time, so I don't have too much to worry about here. That's the thing with Resident Evil 4, is getting grouped up is almost a death sentence in this game. If you get attacked by a group of guys that are surrounding you, not necessarily like in front of you, but surrounding you, then they could be a real pain in the dick. So keep in mind that when you're coming up here, this guy might be up here. Now, I think he only comes up here as soon as you go into this little hut the first time through. And then I think he just instantly climbs the ladder and takes off running. I'm not 100% sure that he does that, but I believe that he does. There's an explosive barrel right there for you if you need that for whatever need you would need it for if you ever get like ganged up and you're getting screwed. Now the thing is, in this game, explosives work kind of in an odd way where their range affects ganados and just any other enemies much more than they affect you. So for instance, if I shot that barrel, if I was like real up close, I would take damage and I'd fall back. But if I was like maybe like a foot away from it, I probably wouldn't take damage from it. But if there's any ganados that are running near it, I could blow it up like a couple feet away from them and they just go flying or just die on impact. It's crazy how that works. So here's one thing I like to do here too, because these guys, I completely forgot about them spawning in my playthrough of this. And of course I remembered them spawning now I'm recording. This was kind of a sort of smart tactic that I decided to go with here. That way I just saved myself some ammo and saved myself some health. So just stand up here, just stand above the ladder, just knife them down. They're not much of a threat. They ain't gonna do much to you. I think once I get down to like the bottom level, there might be like some more that will spawn. So just take care of them. Also, a good warning sign to let you know if you've killed off every enemy, the music will basically stop and just get more somber. So whenever the music's starting to kind of just like pick up, that's when you know for a fact that there's still enemies in the area. If there's still like, you know, loud music going on, just music kicking in general, then that's definitely a good sign that, hey, you haven't finished this place yet. So get to it, hop to it, folks. I think there might be one more guy. Well, there's Thought there was a guy up there. It might be. I can't tell from here. I'm too far from my computer. Yeah, and also sorry for my commentary being so much more laid back and relaxed than it normally is. I basically just got done with the stream, and yeah, I'm over here working on videos and what have you, so that happened. So yeah, this was kind of dangerous on my end. I completely forgot about these guys ever spawning here. That one I got a nice clean knockoff on. That was pretty funny, to be honest with you. But it does kind of waste some of the stuff I could have got out of it. Now, when these guys spawn, if you wanted to, you can go back up that ladder, or just be a rebel like I am right here and just do this. What I'm doing right now is also kind of stupid. I mean, I'm basically trying to get them to line up so I can blow up the explosive shot. Did you see how far that was? That did quite a bit of damage right there. But I only got like 2 guys out of that because the other 3, it seems, were too far, so I got screwed on that one. But hey, you know, 1 shot, killed 2 guys with explosive barrel. That's not too bad. Still, I would have liked more, but hey, you know, beggars can't be choosers. And I got the yellow herb in that room, in that locker, and luckily for me, I do have some eggs on hand that I can use. Which again, the brown eggs typically should restore you to full health. And looks like we finally... No, we've had that one for a while, haven't we? We've had that, what is it called? Like the permanent upgrade herb for our health. We got that perma herb. I don't know what they call them exactly, but basically yellow herbs. We got one of those in store for us, which I thought we had one. I thought the one we just got was like the first one we got, but apparently not. So that's the last of those 2. You do have to combine this item though, which I think is stupid. That you have to literally combine them together instead of actually just putting them, you know, both in. Not necessarily at the same time, but you, basically like that. And you have to combine them in the menu and then put it in. It's so weird. It makes no sense at all. So yeah, you saw right there with that little cut, that little edit I had, that I did die here quite often. I don't know why I'm sitting here like a fat ass. I think I was checking something. I might have been checking my phone for something. That could have been it. And here I am just trying to play it off like, oh, cool, like yeah, I'm totally doing this. You know, I'm gonna be honest here with you folks. I think, in my personal opinion, Leon's this skin right here, this costume, it's probably my favorite. I just love the gun holster on his back and all that stuff. Or whatever that is, that little strap he's got on. I always thought that was like something like, you know, like with Uncharted where you put your gun on the back of it. I'm not sure if that's exactly it, but it could be. I don't know. But I love his outfit though, where he's got all those little pockets and stuff like he's got on him. Not pockets, but all those little utility belt things he's got going on. Yeah, for those that don't know, in this game, whenever enemies walk toward you, they can get kind of smart with you. And whenever they put their hands up, just wait for them to drop their hands. Who cares how close they get to you? Just wait for them to drop their hands, shoot them right in the face, and then get the initial kick off that way. And they do that a lot, especially in professional mode as well. Or do that shit. I hate that so much. They'll literally just dodge your shots. I always suggest just waiting until they get tired of fucking with you and then shoot them. That's my suggestion. It's basically common sense at this point, but you know, some people need to be told twice, I guess. I'm not making fun of I'm not making fun of you subs by any means. I'm talking about like people that are, or you know, I'm not talking about this anybody new in general. I'm talking about those very specific people that are just complete dicks about every little thing, and for some reason, you know, they just they never hear a single word I say, so they always take it out of context or something. I don't know. I get a lot of weird comments sometimes, but I get a lot of good comments too. Alright, so we're not completely done with this area just yet. We still have, I think, a couple more guys to deal with. Yeah, because we have the grenade guys too in this next room. Well, this next room, this one can be like a make it or break it situation sometimes. Because it's weird. Okay, so you see how I'm taking cover? Don't take damage. Now, I thought, for some reason, I don't know why I did, and here I'm about to prove it to you guys, that if I stand in front of the trash bin there, or whatever that is, that I won't take any damage. I thought that, to me, that looked like it would have been just straight up good cover. No, if you want to deflect the damage, you either stand this far back, or you know, do the initial quick time, not quick time event, but you do the context sensitive action where you press square or whatever system you're playing on, and you just hide behind it instead. Now, if you wanted to bum rush these guys, you totally could. I don't suggest doing it because they could hit you from behind with a grenade. They could throw it over you, hit you behind, which sucks. There's a ton of bear traps in here, so watch your footing. There's some on the right side too. Not like right next to me, but there's some over there, like where the furnace stuff was at. Those little oven things. And there is some ammo though too. Now, coming upon over here, like once you jump over this little, those sandbags or whatever right there, this guy's gonna be here, so just kill him off. And there might be, that actually might be it, I can't tell. There is another treasure here though too, folks. I'll show you where that is in just a second. Of course, if you did buy the treasure map like I did, then you can find it by yourself. But for those that are like me, that just didn't bother looking at the map or just forgot or whatever the case may be, I'll show you where it's at. Yeah, I know. It's funny, I make fun of people, you know, for commenting dumb things. I'm over here just making stupid comments myself about just how I completely forgot. Or I pretty much saw the treasure. I saw it in the window, and I was wondering, like, how do you get in there again? And I ran past it. Yeah, that was like my first playthrough of this. I'm like, what the hell? So right in here, there it is. I think that one requires, what are they? Not the cat's eyes. It's the other ones. It's those things you get from the damn, I forget what they're called. They start with an N. Those bug insect things. I don't know. We'll figure it out when we get to that point. I believe that's what you get with them. I don't remember. So yeah, here I'm just basically just trying to check my stuff and make sure everything's good to go. I didn't put that yellow one in? No, well, yeah, because I think, yeah, since I died, I probably had to redo all that. I don't know. Maybe not. I'm not really sure. Okay. Coming in here, there's one guy, easy kill. Just knife his ass. Knife him in the head, kick him and knife him. Just don't even waste it. Don't even waste a bullet on him. This guy's a complete idiot. Complete idiot. Alright, so that takes care of him. If you jump down here, there's going to be a bunch of like fish swimming around. Now, you have two options here that you can do. Oh, you got more than two options. If you wanted to get these fish, I think you can throw a flashbang and possibly kill them that way. Or use your handgun like I'm doing, or if you're lucky enough, use a knife if you're a quick shot with it. So, there's a couple options. You can either use these guys as health, or you can use them to sell at the shop. And I'm taking this guy with me because I want to use him for the shop. You can bring the other fish with you too, but they will take up your inventory space. So keep in mind that if you're going to bring these with you, you need to manage your items a little bit here. So luckily for me, I had just enough room for this, thankfully. Yeah, this guy takes up like almost a whole slot right there. Do you see that? That's ridiculous. There's some money down here too. There's more fish that you can kill, and I think they do give you health. But again, if you want to sell them at the store, you totally could. They're free money or they're free health. At the well, there's an expense that's called your inventory. That's what it is. That's the only thing they're taking up from that at all. If you shoot this before the crow takes off, you'll kill him with it. I was not quick enough on the trigger though, unfortunately. Luckily, I didn't notice these bear traps here. I hate these damn things. Luckily, they'll disappear once we get done with these first few chapters. Oh, man, yeah, they get annoying real quick. Come back here and grab the pendant. Make sure you shoot that first, that piece of wood first, that way it doesn't get dirty. Because I believe if it gets dirty, I think that messes up its value or something, which I think makes sense, honestly. And it's kind of a cool... This game's just cool. That's such a cool idea. It's really a cool idea. I love Resident Evil 4. Resident Evil 4 is great. I might end up actually doing like Resident Evil 7 after this. Resident Evil wise, I mean. For hard guides. Alright, so this is probably the hardest puzzle in the entire game. There you go, done. Solved it real quick. And yeah, that should be pretty much everything left for this chapter. Like everything else is just coming in this room. We got the key, we got the ammo, we're going to check the closet, and that should be it. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you all in chapter, I think it's chapter 1-3. I'll wait so I can make sure that it's for a fact chapter 1-3. Let's see. Most likely. Yep. Okay. So anyway, take care, everybody.